I have a fantastic big question for you today. Does the media really want Trump gone? Now that we're looking down the barrel of impeachment, and several videos I'm making, they all kind of looking at what impeachment would mean through different angles. That's the theme. I mean, that's the mood of the country. I think a lot of people are ready for this guy to be gone. But is the media? And that's a great question because the media hates Trump. Trump hates the media, but they feed off of each other in this weird parasitic, symbiotic, whatever you want to call it, relationship where they kind of need each other in a strange way. I mean, okay, just think about this now. Before Trump, MSNBC ratings were in the toilet. They were not just second behind Fox News. They were behind CNN. They were behind the fucking Weather Channel some nights. Okay, they were like third or fourth, fifth. You know, they barely had any stars. Chris Hayes, if he went to a restaurant, he couldn't get a table at the Olive Garden, okay? But like, that's Hayes, 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 you know me. I have a TV show. But I mean, there weren't stars on the network. Now the ratings are up and up and up and up. Post-Trump, CNN, Anderson Cooper, same thing, same thing. Telemundo, you know, I mean, people are talking news. People really want news. They want that hard news. And that's just the journalism aspect. Think about the late night talk show host. Before Trump, Jimmy Fallon whomped Stephen Colbert every single night, as that had been the case for decades. I mean, Jay Leno always beat David Letterman, almost always, okay? Then Jimmy Fallon was continuing that over Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert, people are like, I don't know. Now his ratings are fantastic, and it's mostly due to being this Trump antagonist. Now, Colbert, during the Republican primary, Trump came out there and he blew kisses at his ass, which again makes me think that they really don't want this guy gone. But his ratings are great. Seth Meyers' ratings are up. Jimmy Fallon, nobody wants to watch him play, you know, beer pong with Ashley Simpson or whatever the fuck he's doing every night because it's like we're kind of tired of that. Like they want more Jimmy Kimmel talking about healthcare and Stephen Colbert and Seth Meyers, they don't even write jokes anymore. Seth Meyers, he does what I'm doing. He just sits down. He don't even do a standing monologue. He just sits down there and like, here's what Trump fucked up today, and then does a in-depth or whatever, which is like nothing. I mean, it's just him ranting about the whatever Trump did that day, or you know. But that's been great for them. They've had to put less time and less effort into making consistent bits and just talk about whatever Trump does that day, and their ratings are huge. Same thing for the media. When people, so they talk about brain hacking with Facebook and Twitter and things like that. You spend more time on social media when you're afraid. Okay, so you're on social media, and if you get on there and everything's like, you're great, here's a picture of my puppy, here's a picture of my lunch, here's a baby picture of your cousin or something like that, people spend about 5 minutes on there. They're like, oh, this is great, this is happy, this is news. When somebody's arguing with you, you might really get sucked into that, and that might spend minutes. You might spend like 5 minutes turns into an hour or something like that. So they've done the math to be like, the angrier and more afraid you are on Facebook and Twitter and social media, the longer amount of time that you spend on those platforms, okay? And I think the same thing has become true for the media. They say something about Trump, Trump sends out a tweet about them, they talk about the tweet, and you've got a 24-hour news cycle. And never mind like Syria and global warming, Russia hacking, shit that's like actually important, which they've refused to talk about basically since this guy took office. Did you see what Trump said about Mika Brzezinski's facelift? This is terrible. Did you see what Omarosa said about Trump talking about Mika Brzezinski's facelift? Unbelievable. Did you see how Jeff Sessions attacked Omarosa and it's just that. And that's all they have to do, and that's 24 hours of news, and their ratings are bigger than ever. And if Russia depresses people because they might start World War III, or they're already in our power grid, they could turn off our lights. Well, we don't want to talk about that, you know. So I have to really question that. Their ratings are huge. Their ratings are bigger than they've ever been. Trump feeds off them. They feed off Trump.